Hi, Scorpio. Wow, it's been a long time since we've done a reading for you. So this is going to be exciting. And I did see that what's at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. So as you know, this is one of the cards of Cancer. So a Cancer could be important to you. It's also a victory card. It's a card of movement, fast movement. It's a time when you have to rein in your emotions a little bit. And I'd possibly be a little bit guarded because he's still wearing a chest plate there. But I guess the message of this card is it's really mental mastery, because there are no reins on these sphinxes. And in the Witch's Tarot, in the Chariot is being pulled by a white horse and a black horse, and they have no reins either. So, the message is that you don't need reins because you've got mental mastery over the dark forces, the good forces, all of the forces. But this person in this card is still a little bit guarded because of the very obvious chest plate. But it is a card of victory, and it's not a stage card. So anyway, that was what was at the bottom of your deck. So maybe you're aiming for a victory, or maybe a Cancer is important to you. Depending on what your situation is, Scorpio, you'll be able to figure it out. Okay, so let's see what the issue is. What are you up to now? So the issue, wow, is the Ten of Wands. So you have been working very, very, very hard. This card is also called the Lord of Oppression. It's Saturn and Sagittarius. no fire sign likes to be restricted. Aries, Saturn, Leo, you cannot try to doubt their fire. And Saturn tries to restrict all fire signs. So what's happening here is, do you notice how these wands are perfectly, just notice how he has them all perfectly arranged. I think that what's happening is you're kind of like dealing with one situation at a time. You're really carrying a heavy load here. However, that little town, if that's your home, it is just a short distance away. And yeah, so Scorpio, 10, I was just saying 10 is the card of completion. The town is just a short distance away. You know that you will soon be able to rest, okay? So the issue may be, you're almost there, okay? So you're almost there. Don't give up. Okay, now, the challenge is going to help. Yeah, so this is another you're almost there card, sort of. So we've got the Three of Wands. Just have a look at this. That's Sun in Aries. And you know what's funny is they call this card the Lord of Established Strength. Now let's go back to your issue again. I want you to look at the muscles in the calves of that guy that had to carry all those wands. And, so I think the challenge is, this card says you're almost there. Your challenge is, now, I think your challenge is once you get there, can you wait for the results? Because they're coming. Because the Three of Wands, now there's a couple of different meanings here. This person there's work behind him. Okay, there's a lot of work that he's done. If people say that there's ships going out and ships coming in, this is his enterprise. However, although it's very likely that your ships are going to come in, it's not assured. It's not assured. So there is a little bit of a sort of feeling of angsty waiting, But you've got everything under control, I think. The only part of this card that's emotional is his blue sleeve. And I want to show you how small that is. You see that small blue sleeve? Yeah. Actually, no, that is communication. Just a minute. I'm sorry. That in this card, that blue sleeve represents you're waiting for communication. You've done a lot of work. You may have applied to some kind of professional school or a job, or you may have done a lot of work on a relationship. You've done a lot of work on something, and you were the one that carried the main load, and you are waiting now. Part of what you're waiting for is communication, I think. Okay, let's see what crowns you. Did a little break in the tape. Did that work? I don't think so. It's working. Okay, little break in the tape. Okay, I've got my Bluetooth working again. Okay, we're going to see what's crowning your reading. This is very interesting. Yeah, okay, so whatever you're working on, you're going to have success. All right? Really, really good success. Here's the King of Pentacles. So now I know why you're waiting, because this is very slow-moving energy. Generally, this is Virgo because it's mutable Earth. Virgos are mutable. Taurus is fixed. Capricorn is cardinal. So this is mutable Earth. Stable, wealthy, earthy. This is a king. But it's success in every endeavor. Okay? But it is slow-moving energy. So that could be why you're waiting. Okay? What is going on with the lighting again? Anyway, sorry about that. All right, let's see what's grounding your... Look, so far, Scorpio, this is incredible. There's a lot of fire signs around you. What's going on there? Okay, nice. Wow. Scorpio, you've been doing some inner work. I think there's either a fire sign or a Virgo that's important to you. guaranteed. Okay, possibly an earth sign too, but there's so much fire all over this reading, and now comes Virgo and Gemini as your subconscious energy. Okay, how do I summarize what's going on here? You are doing that something extra special. You're not just using practical tools. You're not doing things. You are able to do things in the conformist way, properly and expertly, but you add a little bit extra to it. You have some kind of faith. You have developed some spiritual faith. I don't mean religion, because I don't like putting labels on anything. But you're using a little bit of magic here that the magician uses. You know that the table there, you see his table, that represents concrete reality. On his table, he has all the practical tools. He has one pentacle, one wand, one cup, and one sword. So he has all the practical tools, but he also has an extra special magic wand in one hand, and he very deliberately points down to the ground. Do you see that finger pointing down to the ground? You know that your thoughts, but I'm not forcing you to think this, but I believe that your thoughts do affect physical reality. So anyway, in a nutshell, what this card is saying is that you're subconsciously, you are using those special powers. You're mentally picturing positive thought, what you want to create, and it's physically manifesting. As above, so below. As above, in your mind, in the unmanifest, so below. That infinity sign over the magician's head. This card could mean that a Virgo or a Gemini is important to you. But the infinity sign is the never-ending cycle of the, in this, well, beyond the universe, really, in this existence and the other one. From the unmanifest to the manifest, from the unmanifest to the manifest. So anyway, you've tapped into a little bit of that magic, okay? And that's why you're going to get this, Scorpio. Amazing. Okay, what's in your recent past? Yeah, so, funny that your challenge was the Three of Wands. This is interesting. So in the recent past, you had to make a decision, and I feel, this is Mars and Aries, I feel like you had to decide between two things. It doesn't really matter what decision you made, by the way, because you know what I'm feeling, that both of them were good. Path A and Path B were both right. So whatever decision you made, if you're stressing at all about it, which I don't think you are because I don't see any sign of it. Yeah, but that card to me says both Path A and Path B are equally good. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's just see what's in your near future, okay? Wow. Yeah, this all makes sense. There's fire all over this reading, Scorpio. You're fixed water. What's going on here? Now we've got Sagittarius rolling in. So in the near future, I think as a result of all this work that you've done, all the magic, you've used your physical self, you've used your creative self, you've used a little bit of magic, and because of that, here's what is going to be presented to you, an opportunity. Okay, and you're going to be up for that opportunity. Do you see how the Page of Wands looks up to that rod? I'm up for it, she says. You're up for this, and you're going to take it, and you're going to do really well. I can't wait to see what's in the rest of the reading. Okay, is this going to work? I'm going to try to stop. I'm going to try to pause the tape using this. Scorpio, we are more than halfway through your reading, and I haven't seen a single major or minor arcana card belonging to you. I feel like you're going through some major changes, possibly an identity change. You're thinking differently, doing things differently. you might have been a little disillusioned before. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But you're doing something fantastic. This is all really good. So we're going to look at your tools, your energy right now, what you're bringing into this. Courage. That's what I'm seeing. When I look at this card, I'm looking at the Seven of Wands. I love this card. And the first thing that just jumped out at me was the word courage. Courage of the heart. Do you see this? So this is the Seven of Wands. They call it the Lord of Valor. It's Mars and Leo, which is very powerful. Mars, is the god of war. Leo is a very powerful fire sign. Jesus, fire all over your reading. But this, I feel, is courage of the heart. You know what? Remember when I said I thought you were getting a little more spiritual? The reason why this young man is able, this is 6 against 1, and he's winning, you're winning, okay? It's very difficult for one man or one person, one woman to do this without a little help from above. So I think what this card is saying is you're also letting your higher self help you for once. Courage of the heart. It's incredible. This is unbelievable energy coming in. All right, so the next card, I love this position. These are the outside influences acting. I have no idea what this is about, but I think this is definitely not a love reading. This is about you, Scorpio, and some kind of a change that you're going through, a metamorphosis, and it's beautiful. Okay, it's very powerful. Okay, so here's the outside influences. Yeah, change. So we've got the Page of Swords. You could have, on a mundane level, you could have that. Okay, yeah, so there's definitely some change going on here. All pages signal and herald some kind of change. This is the Page of Swords. So swords represent change as well. So we've got change and change, okay? I see a change in your identity coming on, possibly a whole new cycle, okay? Also, there could be somebody stalking you or watching you or, possibly just looking at your social media all the time. I'm feeling like it's at work. But anyway, but these are two totally different messages coming in. These are outside influences. Yes, both of these apply. Both of what I just said applies. I'm not sensing any danger coming from this. Just possibly somebody, some unwanted attention maybe. But with respect to you, and they could be just fascinated with what you're doing, Okay, so the next card is supposed to be your hopes or your fears. Yeah, this is nice. So we've got a card of Libra. Libra could be important to you. We've got the Justice card. This is incredible. Yeah, you're going through some change. And the change that you're going through is really, it's a giving kind of change. It's an altruistic change. Because the card of Libra, Aries, I am, Gemini, I think, Taurus, I have, Libra, we combine, to bring fairness to everybody involved. Her scales of justice are golden, I've always thought it was interesting that I'm picking up the card, which was also, did you see the orb? Did you see that? Anyway, it's okay. I'm a little bit freaked out right now. Anyway, this is pretty powerful reading. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, the Magician, one hand up, one hand down. Look at Libra. One hand up, one hand down. There's something magician-like about what you're doing, and very altruistic, and you're really caring about the we instead of the I. Okay, Scorpio, so we're now going to your outcome. I'm just really fascinated to see this. Now, when I was shuffling for your outcome position, 2 cards insisted on coming out together. So I'm going to try my best because I find it very difficult. It's really hard to interpret that 2 cards together. But I'm going to do my best because now I have a background. I'm absolutely, this is not a love reading at all. It's all about you and changes that you're going through and a beautiful metamorphosis that you're going through, okay? So I'm going to take a stab at whatever's under here. Oh my God, this is complicated. Okay. Okay, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. I'm just going to show you these 2 cards together. I think I know what this is. This is about, this is definitely about you. Okay, 8 of Pentacles and 8 of Cups. Sun in Virgo, Saturn in Pisces. Jeez. Okay, I'm just going to talk through this. So what you're doing is you're leaving behind this. Now we got to figure out why. So you're leaving behind the 8 of Pentacles energy. So 8 of Pentacles is, 8 of Pentacles is working yourself to the bone, to the being very focused on a task. You're having meticulously high standards on how you work. Being so focused that you're not thinking about anything else. Your standards are very, very, very high. And in this card, you're leaving behind your disillusion. Yeah. You're in search of something more than working 9 to 5, or maybe you're working 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. You are leaving this, okay, in search of something more. I mean, I see you saying there's gotta be something more to life than working myself to the bone, to the point where I can't even be near my family. You see how far away he is from the house back there? Let's clarify. A little break in the tape. This is really exciting. Okay, so I'm not even going to ask a question here. I guess this is more of a request for a prologue than a clarification. Maybe what's next, or what instigated. We're just going to ask Tarot to give us any more information about this incredible metamorphosis, especially the last 2 cards. What is Scorpio doing here? What's happening? Give us some more information about this outcome, please. We have some more information about this outcome for Scorpio, or what it's going to lead to, or what instigated it. I feel like the cards are telling me that they've already offered it over and over, and I rejected it. Yeah. You want to become enlightened, okay? So we've got the 4 of Swords. And you need a rest from this. And you want to meditate and become enlightened. What this person is doing, do you see the golden color there? This card says, and you can see in the stained glass window too up there, there is some kind of a bishop, or somebody is being blessed, okay? In other words, they are reaching some state of enlightenment. And this card says that it's not just about physical rest, it's about mental rest, stopping and allowing the mind to catch up with the divine and reaching that golden state of enlightenment. So it could be something as simple as going to a meditation retreat or just changing your entire job, your occupation, everything. Leave it to Scorpio to give us a really interesting reading and an interesting ending there. I'm just going to pause the tape for a second while I absorb this. Yeah, you know what they call the Four of Swords? Lord of rest from strife. Just imagine that. It fits right with your reading. I feel like we need one more card. And there it is. No idea what it is. Well, Scorpio, we're back to where we started. Look at, this is one of your major arcana cards. That's what popped out to bring me to you. Wow. You are, there's something inside your soul that's being resurrected. I think what's happening is this is not the normal interpretation of this card, although it's congruent with it. This is not an epiphany or a wake-up call. This is a calling to your higher purpose. Okay, so you might be, quitting a job to go join Amnesty International or something like that. No joke. You're answering to a higher calling. Amazing. Amazing reading, Scorpio. Anyway, thank you for that. That was amazing. I hope you have a great day.